Hi, I'm Alicia of the Chick Lit Cookbook.
And I'm Kelly Rosetta of KMR Publishing, publisher of the Chick Lit Cookbook.
And I'm the writer. I forgot to mention that. I wrote the Chick Lit Cookbook, and we're going to do a couple of videos here, a little series about how I write.
There we go. I mean, the first thing is always, I think, the biggest roadblock for anybody thinking, oh, I could be the next great American novelist. Nobody has an idea. And, and in, like, ancient works of art, inspiration is always like a thunderclap or like a lightning bolt.
Yes.
And you know, everybody, all famous authors always have that great story about where they were when they thought of their idea.
My favorite is J.K. Rowling. She was on a train, and she said that Harry Potter just fell out of the sky to her.
What the hell? How come that doesn't happen for everybody? Tell me.
To be fair, when I get ideas, sometimes they do just happen, but usually it's inspired by trying or doing something new. Like going to a new place, seeing a new thing. So, like, I've written a couple of, like, short stories or novels that were kind of inspired by, like, one moment where I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to be that person in that place? Like, for example, a manuscript that will never see daylight about a girl who lives in a really small town in New Hampshire was inspired by me and my husband were visiting this like really small town and in New Hampshire, and it was raining and cold. We had like planned to go hiking that weekend, but there was no hiking to be had. It was all muddy, and we ended up finding this like food and drink fest called the Festival of Earthly Delights. And, like, I can't explain to you how far off the grid this place was. Like, we drove for 3 hours from our already relatively small town where we live to get to this place. And then we drove another hour further to get to the Festival of Earthly Delights.
I didn't know there was that much room in New Hampshire.
There's a lot, actually. Well, we went, like, you know, west and then north.
Okay.
So, anyway, so there's, like, so we get to this. We've been to, like, brew fest, things like that before, but this is kind of more, like, farmer-filled.
Dear
and
God.
So everybody there was either, like, a 40 to 50-year-old farmer, or they were our age, but they had, like, kids, and they owned a farm. So, like, everybody was a farmer. It was just kind of, like, mind-boggling. I'd never seen so many farmers in one place, like, at a party. And
there's a sentence you never thought you'd say.
Yes, and then, so I looked at, I was wearing, like, I was not happy with my outfit that weekend, like, I hadn't done good with packing, so I was wearing, like, my clogs that I had bought to work at a coffee shop, you know, like, Dansko clogs.
There
and, like,
you go.
Whatever pants I was wearing that are not in style. And
fit right
I looked
in.
down, what's that?
You fit right in.
I know. Well, I looked down and I was like, oh my God, if I lived here, I would be the most stylish person. Which is a terrible thing to think. But I'm just that bitchy sometimes. And also self-conscious about my style. I mean, you can tell, oh, actually, I bought this sweater on that trip. Oh my God.
Stop it.
That's true. So anyway, as I was thinking that, I was like, what if somebody like me, but even more like me, like I'm from New Jersey, grew up, you know, knowing what fashion was, at least theoretically.
Even if it wasn't attainable.
No, it was not. Moved to a place like that, like a really far away place. And then I just started thinking about this character and like what kind of friends she would make. Like, how would she fit in with the farmers? Like, what would they think of her? And why would she suddenly end up there? And so then I started writing this story about it, which was so much fun to write. And like my first completed novel that I wrote, you know, that I had a plot.
Well, there you go. So we would say then that my hero, Jo March from Little Women, is right, that you should write what you know?
I guess so. Well, I think you should write the emotions that you know. I mean, I have never moved to a really small town, but I do know, I can imagine what it would feel like, because I've had the feeling of like, oh, I really don't fit in here, you know?
Yep. Okay, that's so good.
I really want to make friends, but these people, I don't know. That I've had before, that feeling.
Okay, so readers, use that as your inspiration when you buy your copy of the Chick Lit Cookbook, your guide to writing a novel in 30 minutes a day, and you will have yourself a wonderful story.
You will. I think the best advice I would say is just explore, like try new things, go new places, because you see all kinds of stuff. You get all kinds of ideas you never would have thought of in your little cozy apartment.
Well, there you go. Okay, readers, tune back in next time for more advice from Alicia on how to approach the writing process.
And you can visit us at chicklitcookbook.tumblr.com. Thanks for watching.